episode 36.
And joining us this morning is Assistant Fire Chief Albert Gonzalez and Assistant Fire Marshal / Lieutenant Mike Navarro from our Pharr Fire Department. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Doing good.
Good morning, Yuri. Thank you for having us.
You guys awake?
Yeah, we're awake.
There's plenty of coffee here if anybody wants some.
I will. I think I will take a Red Bull.
First of all, guys, thank you for being here and congratulations once again on that amazing recognition in Austin, Texas, state capitol. Wow. I mean, well deserved. Can you elaborate on this recognition? I mean, I know it's all over the media and, you know, we've done a lot of coverage, but for those watching and they have no idea what this special recognition was all about, please share the details.
Yeah, no, it was a humbling experience, once in a lifetime experience. We had several of our personnel get recognized at the state capitol in Austin. They were being recognized for the 2025 wildland fires in the Palisades, California earlier this year. And I just want to start by thanking our city for the support, our fire chief, our city manager, of course, our mayor and commission for their full support to allow these guys to go and answer the call for duty. But like I said, it's just a once-in-a-lifetime experience, man, to go and sit at the House of Representatives and get them recognized, to be recognized by the Senate, right, and Chuy and Hosa to take the time to meet these guys and give them their accolades for going to do what they do.
For sure.
And I'd be remiss to not thank the rest of the people, right? Media was out there covering the event, and it was awesome. Our assistant city manager out there, our public liaison for affairs was out there. And, man, you know, these guys are not – they're not meant for that, right? They want to go and do their job. They want to get back to the firehouse and run the next call. But to take the time out to have them recognized was awesome. It was a great experience.
And we've talked about this. Obviously, your department, everyone's extremely humble. They don't like the media attention and they don't like the spotlight. But, you know, it's a big deal. So for the city, you know, it was also a very special moment. And they were a little shy, but well-deserved. Yeah. Before we jump on to the hard questions, just share with our viewers a little bit on, you know, who Assistant Fire Chief Albert Gonzalez is, and, of course, Mike Navarro. You've saved my life once. We'll talk about that a couple of years ago.
Yeah, man, time flies. I've been here with the city. I think in June I start my 20th year with the City of Pharr Fire Department. I'm a second-generation firefighter. My father did 30 years in the city of Harlingen. My brother did 5 or 6 years here in the city of Pharr. So it's kind of in my, you know, my DNA, my blood to be a fireman. But, man, time flies. It's been a great journey. There's been a lot of ups and downs, but I'm excited about where we're at with our department, with our leadership, with the city leadership, and I'm just looking forward to the rest of, you know, my career.
You've really enjoyed this 20-year journey? It's
been good. Me and Mike came around at the same time. We got hired about 6 months apart, right? So we've seen highs, we've seen lows, but right now we're just, you know, we're on to a new adventure with a new leadership. We've got a lot of new guys being hired. It's an exciting time with the Pharr Fire Department.
That's amazing.
Very exciting, and I've been with the city 20 years as well, like Albert says. And
so you guys met 20 years ago?
6 months apart.
Are you serious?
And it seems like it was just yesterday. Yeah. It was just yesterday. 2005, I think, November 2005, got hired with the city. Started as a firefighter, and 20 years just blinked, and now we're here. I've seen the changes from then to now. It's been a lot of growth. I think we are doing excellent, especially the leadership that we have right now with Chief Pilar at the helm. He's given us a lot of empowerment. He gives you a lot of
absolutely.
That kind of stuff.
He's such an amazing, he's one of my mentors, but he's such an amazing leader to have here in the organization. The wealth of knowledge, experience, solid, knows everything in and out, understands operations. I mean, you name it. So yeah, now speaking about Chief Pilar, your boss, how has, you know, that been for you guys working under somebody like Chief Pilar?
I mean, what can I say that hasn't already been said about him, man? He's my mentor. He's a true leader. He leads by example. Chief Pilar's been with the department for 38 years, something like that. Right. He started as a volunteer when he was a young teenager. So just a wealth of experience, a wealth of knowledge. But I think the biggest thing with Chief Pilar is that, like Mike said, he empowers us to do our job. He allows us to do our job. And when you have a leader that lets you go make those decisions, right, make those mistakes, it empowers you, and you want to do right by him. He sets such a high standard, and you want to meet that standard. And then that just trickles all the way down from the top of our leadership all the way to the bottom of our department. Everybody raises that bar. And I tell you what, one thing I have learned is you're not going to outwork that man. He is the hardest worker I've ever met. but it rubs off on us. So to truly be mentored by him and to try to soak up everything that I can, it's going to, hopefully continue to make our department progress and get all the guys that are in the department to meet that standard.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's actually been very great to see someone like Chief Pilar, very experienced engineer as well. In the Fire Marshal's office, we deal with a lot of engineers, professionals, businesses, and he gives us the opportunity to grow within ourselves. So we've been able to grow as the Fire Marshal's office, Fire Prevention Division, and to now the community risk reduction, to educate the public on the risks that are out there on fire safety and that type. And he lets us, hey, this is the vision. We need to get to this goal in educating the public. And it gets done.
It gets done.
Yes.
And with that growth that you just mentioned, Mike, I think that you guys are the perfect example of somebody that has witnessed through your own eyes that growth and that evolution. 20 years, that's a long time, right? I'm not trying to make you guys sound old or anything.
Don't age us here, yeah.
Right, but I think that 20 years, in this area, I think you guys are now becoming the role models and mentors for the next generation, which we talked about, a couple of days ago, that you guys are recruiting a lot of younger guys. So how is that for you, somebody that, obviously was at that position, at some point?
Well, something we always say in the fire service is a young man's game, right? So being able to hire, I think we've hired anywhere from 40 to 45 young new firemen. It's exciting, right? Because now we're in a role that we get to pass down that knowledge. And I always say, I relate everything to sports. It's a team sport. We can't do this by ourselves. So to have leadership from Fire Chief Pilar, for him to teach us his experience and his knowledge, and even all the way to the top with the city management, right? We have to have the full support of them, which we do. They support Chief supports us, and then we get to support our guys. And I think the biggest thing for that is being able to make sure that they have the right resources, the right training, the right opportunities to provide a better service for our citizens. Because at the end of the day, that's what we're here for, right? We're here to provide the best service we can for our citizens. And it starts at the top and it goes all the way down to the bottom. So it's exciting because these young guys are hungry. They want to come in, they want to learn. And now, transitioning to another role, which is hard to accept for ourselves, right? Because at the end of the day, we signed up the job to be firefighters. As we move up the ranks and we put our time and effort in, now we're having to realize our role is something different, and that's in a leadership and a mentorship role. And we talk about succession, and we talk about getting the next guy ready to take the next step, because one day we won't be here, and we got to be able to give all our experience down to those guys as they're coming up to the ranks. And we talked about it last week about legacy. Our legacy isn't what we're doing right now. Our legacy is once we leave, we leave the department better than we found it. And that's our goal. Our goal is to leave it better than we found it so they can take it to the next level once we're gone.
What about you, Mike? Do you spend a lot of time, with these guys, one-on-ones?
I do spend a lot of time with the firemen, with the officers. I spend a lot of time back and forth between the administration and our firefighters. I'm actually the president of the Firefighters Association. So I get to represent a lot of the firefighters and say, hey, I got to talk on both sides and say, and a lot of it is that we have a lot of young firefighters. So there's a lot of educating that we have to do, teaching what are the past practices, why we do certain things, so they can then turn around and provide that level of service to our community and be there for our community, be an advocate for these kids that are growing up as well, that maybe want to be a fireman.
Right. They want to get into these positions as well, supervisor positions. So can you elaborate on the ranks or, just the positions in general?
So we start at firefighter, the rank above firefighter. We have engineers, which are the operators of the engine. Those are guys that take the guys to the scenes. They pump the fire trucks. They help with the rescue equipment. We have our lieutenants or our mid-level managers. And we talk about this all the time, and we're talking about leadership and mentorship. There are the leaders of our guys. They're the guys that spend the time with them on the trucks. They spend 24 hours a day with them at the station. And I don't know if you've heard, but the fire department is considered a brotherhood. And we spend so much time with our guys, right? We're practically living there with our guys. They spend holidays. They miss birthdays from their families. And with all that time that they get to spend with each other, it becomes so organic. And it's important for them to realize that you don't have to be at a high-ranking role to be a leader. I mean, you can be a mid-level manager and be a leader. You can be an engineer and be a leader. And I think that's the biggest change that we've had so far as a command staff, is trying to empower these guys, right, and make sure that they understand that they're important. they serve a purpose. And there's so much commitment from these guys, like Mike said earlier, for them to answer the call to go to California. We're the only department from San Antonio down. That shows commitment on their part, and it shows dedication on their part. And I think for us, those are the fruits of our labor, right? We want to see them succeed. We want to give them the resources to succeed, because at the end of the day, the better they are, the well-trained they are, the better service they provide to our citizens.
That's amazing.
Absolutely. No, I think you hit it right on the nail that we're able to provide all kinds of service. Now we're not considered just a fire department. We're considered an all hazards department because we respond to every type of emergency that there is.
And you guys have openings now, correct?
That's
I mean,
correct.
you guys are looking to hire very soon. And if so, what's the process like for anyone watching that's perhaps inspired by these beautiful words and, they now
we
have an interest?
We have several positions open. I think the test is on May 30th. Right now, if they're interested in signing up, they got to go to the city website. There's an application on there. They fill out the application. They upload some information that we need from them, driver license and basic information. And I think the deadline for applications is May 22nd. So once they do that, they show up for their civil service exam on the 30th. They take a civil service exam, which ranks them on a scale from 1 to 100 or how many test takers there are. And then they go through a process. They have to go to a physical agility process. They have to go to a psychological process. It's a long, drawn-out process. But here at the city of Pharr, we want to try to hire the best individuals. We want people that want to be a part of this culture, a part of this fire department, part of the city. So we're excited. Like I said, we're a young department, and hopefully we can have applicants come in and join our team.
That's amazing. And for those watching, this flyer is also up on our social media. Scan the QR code. Super simple process to get started. Anything else that you want to elaborate? I know that this is those dates are important, and we'll keep reminding our community. But you guys are also approaching so many events. There's a lot of community outreach. I've seen the evolution of these events, educational events throughout the year. I know that in October we have National Fire Safety Awareness Month or Week.
Absolutely.
But besides that, you guys are staying very active throughout the year with education.
Correct. So, and I mean, we like to touch fire safety, even the points to hurricane preparedness coming up. Our hurricane season's coming up. We want to be prepared for those type of events and educate the public. What we do want to do is actually invite the public. If they have any questions for us, feel free to give us a call. If you want to come visit, come chat with us, come sit down with us, visit with us, and we're willing to sit down and explain what is it that we do. And if they have any questions on what to prepare for in a hurricane, how to prepare for a fire, different situations, everybody, we like to call ourselves, hey, we're the go-to guys for any type of situation.
For sure, even floods. I'm a testament to floods. So quick story, way before I started working here, I was stranded. My car was underwater. I was stranded in a position where I needed, heroes of our community to come and save me. And that was actually the first time I met Mike. They got me in their unit. They got me out of the water. And it's really funny because I was working in the news industry at that time, and they put me in their unit, and they were like, oh my God, we have a reporter in the unit that we just, pulled out of the water, whatever, my car, total loss or whatever. But he actually recorded a video. You guys, so I'm stranded. I'm here with Pharr Fire reporting live from their unit. These guys rescued me. My car is underwater. I mean, being a reporter is not easy. And my car, total loss this morning. Thank you guys for saving me.
You're welcome, ma'am. Anytime. Always your friend.
Sometimes I'll see that video, and it's really funny because it's a full circle moment. Here we are again, working together, colleagues, but sharing, obviously all of these great stories and what they continue to do for our community. You're right. You guys are not out there, just putting out fires, but there's a lot of other things that you guys are doing for our community and what you serve and how you serve our community is very, I respect that so much. So thank you for all you do, guys. And you guys need to come on board more often. Just share information that's happening in our community. I know we're already at 15 minutes, so we're going to wrap it up. But please, any update, any special event that's approaching, whether it's She's My Hero, community outreach, applications, by all means, this is a platform. This is a platform for you guys as well.
Thank you so much for having us. And I just want to say before we close, I just want to thank the city and the citizens for their support. Throughout the years that we've been here, man, it's been a great relationship for them. I know we've mentioned several times, we're here for them. And that's exactly why we signed up for the job. We're public servants at the end of the day, right? And I think we believe in servant leadership. So I just wanted to close with just thanking the community, the citizens, for allowing us to protect them, save lives. Because, you know, most of the times when we're showing up on scenes, it's some of their worst days. And we want to be able to be there and be effective and help them as much as we can. So I just want to thank them for their full support, the city support, media for everything that y'all do, and, of course, Chief Pilad for his leadership.
Well said. Any final remarks?
Oh, I think he hit all the points.
All right. Thank you so much. Once again, Assistant Fire Chief Albert Gonzalez and Assistant Fire Marshal Mike Navarro. This has been another episode of the Pharrcast here in the great city of Pharr.